How's everybody doing? We're back. We gotta get an update on this thing because quite a bit's changed. Maybe you'll like the updates every now and then rather than just showing it when it's all fixed up. So yeah, obviously there's the whole chipper disc is gone. The hoods are all tore off it. There's no motor here no more. I talked to the guy working on it. We should get a video with him on some stuff he's doing on it. Maybe I'll talk to him and see if we can get a video. The fenders are gone. He said this one compared to the one we're running now in the woods, this one structurally was a lot worse shape. So he has been doing a lot of welding on the girl compared to the one that's out in the woods now. This is the Mike's original that he got in brand new, in '94. So yeah, she's had a hard life. Mike's got some good stories of what he put through this thing, but you can kind of see what's going on. That feed wheel needs some stuff done to it. Now this one is one thing I noticed different, and I'll talk to him. This one compared to the one in the woods is I like this better because it's flat right there, and you can tell they put that flat piece in there. It's angled down behind that so that when stuff goes in there, it's not supposed to, it still can fall down. The one in the woods doesn't have that, and the problem I have is all these chunks that if you put like a 10-foot chunk in there, the 10-foot chunk will go in and the last 3 foot will fall down and fall out your conveyor, then fall out there, and you lose that 2 foot of chunk of wood all the time. So that's interesting to me. That's something I just noticed just looking in here now, this is set up different, a lot better with that piece of steel. That'll hold that chunk of wood in there and force it through. I like that. That's an add-on. You can tell by all the welding done to it that's been added on. The one on the woods does not have that. I'm really excited right now. That's cool. That feed wheel, you see how it's wore in that corner? That's where the top feed wheel was coming down and hitting that, and it actually wore out the bottom feed wheel where your chain was, where your sprocket was on the upper feed wheel that hooks to here. So yeah, he started torching on that, and so they'll put all new teeth in that. This flips down. This is the yoke that connects to this right here. They just flipped it up to get down in there, and I'm excited checking this thing out because I haven't been up here in a while. So then that feed wheel's gone. I'll show you where that is in a second. That feed wheel's getting rebuilt. This one will get rebuilt. So it's just getting totally redone, and all the chipper disc is getting rebuilt. The bearings I believe are putting new bearings on it. They ripped the old bearings off. Original bearings were on this. So yeah, everything's kind of changing here. This is the holder for your boom, but they took this off to get the hoods and everything off from there. So they just strapped her up to there for now. And but this is going to get, all this stuff's going to get changed, and it should be pretty interesting when it's done. We'll make some videos of going through her all the time. But motor's off. We got to figure out a way to get back here. I don't want to fall. That would be pretty not cool. But you can see she's just wearing stuff out. So all this stuff will get fixed. And that's what's nice. The guy working on it is really good, and he does work for us. I had that question a lot. It does not go to Morbark. It's all done right here in house. So like this here, you can tell that there's new bolts on that. That's all done. That one's all done. And the teeth, the feed wheels on those, both of those are all done. Those these are set up just the way you want them. Okay, these got some biters on them, and they are the right angle. There is a right and a wrong way. Those are the right way. So I did talk to him, and there is some talk of some new feed wheel teeth, and that would be a very, very interesting to figure out what's going to happen there with the feed wheel teeth. He's researching some new ones, but it just needs, you can kind of tell some hoses need redone, and that's what's nice is when he redoes all that, so it's not a big rat's nest in there. They all flow good, but you can see where he's been welding on. He tears it all apart like it is now, and he'll go through and re-weld everything up that needs re-welded, and just be, I mean, everything. So it's nice. It's nice. It gets tore down, welded back up, and then put piece by piece back together. And it needs some new plastics here. Those are all nice new plastics there, but just needs a couple pieces. That's why those are off, because to build a new one, you got to take those off to make your template. So let's go around the other side, and then we'll go look at the chipper disc. You want to look at the chipper disc? Oh, right there is something we got to do too, is that's missing the rod there. I like to have that. One thing I've learned really nice about that is having that thing full of curtain chains important. Real important. You don't want them wearing out. So, got the conveyor out, the shafts off it, so that's getting redone. But you can see that he cut all the fenders off it. They'll get all new fenders, and then the hosing will get done. But right now, he's just, he said he had it done about halfway up, the welding, and he works on this when he can, and then works in the shop on the other stuff when it's nasty out or whatever. But you can just see all the new welds. They're everywhere where he's been in here working, getting her beef back up, because she was in some need of tightening up a little stronger. And then you can tell over here the fender's off too, but then this stiff leg is MIA, and I don't know what happened to it, but I know that's the one that tried to take my finger off. There's my finger for all you people that were worried about it. It tried to rip the end of my finger off, and we tore it apart the one day because we changed the feed wheel in there, and we lifted that. They lifted it up, and it snapped the hoses at the top, which were on a steel line for the cylinder, and then we had to tear it apart. Anyway, this one's missing, so he's got to get some stuff built for that, unless it shows up somewhere around here. But if he hasn't found it, it's not here. She's gone somewhere. But wiring, yeah, it's this is the original right here. We're talking original business. Some golden oldies. We had one time, this is your junction box here, so as you can tell, half of it's been bypassed, and it goes up in two sections. The other one's set up so it's just one section goes through, and we had somebody rebuild it once from the cab to here, and all them wires were like 5 different colors. So you had like 4 reds and 4 blacks and 4 yellows and 4 blues. It was really bad. So now we have all the wire at the shop left over from the other one, where we can redo all the wiring. But whenever you see something like this right here, you know that what is behind that is a bunch of splices, where those wires are all spliced together. Obviously something happened. And then there was on the other one that got rebuilt, those were all cut in the middle because those had a fire, and so yeah, those all go in the cab. Those were pulled out when they pulled the cab off. So, but you got to retrace all those wires, figure out what they go to, rewire everything, and that'll probably get, I'm sure, get a new box because it's rusted right out. And yeah, this thing's coming along. I mean, it doesn't look like a whole lot. That should probably get a new sprocket down there too. That was wore right out. This conveyor is like 2 foot wider than the one that's on the other identical chipper in the woods. That's one thing different, is this is a lot wider. And I don't know how it compares to the other one. I haven't. When I ran this one, I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I really didn't know what I was doing. But that's kind of the girl. And what's nice is you just leave her hooked off this truck and drive up to the shop to work on it and drive it back here when you're done, so it's not in anybody's way. But that's the main box. She's a golden oldie. Mike ran this for a couple years when it was brand new. So yeah, let's go in there and get in the shop real quick. I'll show you I'll sneak in there. Everybody's gone, so we'll get in there and get the show you what's going on in there, what they're working on this old chipper. But I'm just tickled pink, So we're in the shop. They you want to know how they took this off? They took this off with the LX822C. This got taken off with the Tiger Cat. They pulled this chipper disc out with the Tiger Cat, and I don't know if we can see it from here. Yeah, you can't really see it, but over there's a firewood for the firewood truck to get loaded. There's a ledge built so that they drove the machine up there and the chipper underneath it, and then they picked that out of there with the Tiger Cat. But original bearing, we popped that. They popped it out the other day. I was here when it happened, but I really didn't help at all. But you can tell where they've done some welding, getting her all fixed up. Welding here. This gets wore out. This is one thing that gets wore out in the chippers all the time, is right there. So you can tell that gets wore out quick. Within a year or two, within probably a year, well, maybe 2 years, because this won't be running solid. But the other chipper, every year you got to get in there and weld this up, because this will just eat away this steel. And but yeah, the wear plate's off from this, so there'll be a new wear plate put on. I don't know where those are at. I don't see them. They're probably sent out to get redone. But just welding getting done on it. You know what I mean? This thing was there's his, see that I'm not touching none of his gloves or hats, you know. But yeah, you can just see everything got welded up. It's just getting re-welded. I'm not sure. I think it might be getting a new bearing. Everything looks pretty decent there. But man, the welding. I love to see it built back up, because that gets wore down crazily out in the woods, and then to weld this up in the chipper is no fun, because obviously it's sitting up like this, and you can only do it upside down. You can't do it any other way because of the way it's designed. But yeah, we'll see what happens. This and there's the off the conveyor, that's sitting in here, and then that one feed wheel we've seen is sitting right here getting worked on. Oh no, that's the feed wheel that was missing. That baby's ready for teeth. That's the cylinder on the Josh's, on the 2755, the main boom cylinder. That has been all repacked. That blew out, and tongue was sticking out of that thing, just spraying oil, puking oil, so that got rebuilt. The one that was off from that chipper, from the chipper that we're talking about, that was the main boom that they took off from it, and that's on the new chipper. It says it's not leaking, but that got all repacked. But yeah, this is that's a side feed roller. The ones we talked about that were already rebuilt. That we've had this. I don't know if we've had this discussion, but when you add teeth like this in the middle, because originally it was just these two, and they're really hard to get to. So a lot of times you just add one in the middle, but it actually kind of hurts you quite a bit. You can do it to get through in a pinch, but when these teeth are close together, they don't dig in as far. Whether if you had them spaced out, these dig in way further if you were to cut that off. So that's getting fixed up, and yeah, that's what's going on. It stinky old greasy bearing. She's a big one, but original on that chipper in 1994. So she was well maintenance. Let's just say that. I think. Anyways, that's the chipper update. That's all the stuff and parts and that we going on right now. So maybe a couple weeks I'll make another update and go from there. There's a new saw blade for that slasher. One of these days I have to throw that in there, but the old cab sitting back there, that's pretty much whatever. It's at a standstill. It's no big deal. Just working on one thing at a time. That's why there's a bunch of stuff lined up, right? No. It's all getting fixed, one thing at a time. So it's nice to, it's really nice to see when you run a chipper, somebody that cares about chippers and wants to work on them and take care of them, because I enjoy running them. So enjoy giving you some chipper guy content. So thanks for watching. Just keep rolling, everybody. Even if your chipper disc is out sitting in the shop, and it's, you really can't, I guess, but yeah, she's getting all redone. Thanks to the Tiger Cat. Picked her up out of there. We'll catch you guys all later. Thanks for watching.